Welcome to the Essential Risk Management video tutorial. The 5 steps for the risk management life cycle are: first, we create a strategy, defining in which area we want to collect the risk, and how we want to deal with them. Secondly, we identify risks, by answering the question, what could possibly go wrong? In our third step, we analyze what we collected, and rate how critical the risks are. Next, we find countermeasures for most pressing risks. Lastly, we communicate the remaining risks. And we plan to repeat the procedure. This video will walk through each of the 5 steps. You will see how the app guides you, so you can concentrate your focus on the risks themselves. Now, let's get started with creating the strategy document. Click on the plus to see the available templates, and choose the Essential Risk Management Strategy. Confluence creates the new page. Let's give it a descriptive name, so we will find it later more easily. The document is pre-filled. Everything which should be part of a risk management strategy is already there. What you see right now is the page in edit mode, including hints and placeholders. Click on a placeholder and start typing. It gets replaced with your own content. The page is flexible. You can add chapters or remove them, or add rows to tables, or anything you need. Let's fill in a goal and scroll down. To keep the video short, we fast forward a bit. We define some of the categories for risk severity, and scroll a bit more down, just to show that we are almost through. Click on Publish, and here we are. The first draft of our risk strategy is finished. For the second step in our workflow, we've created a page with the template Essential Risk Identification Tree. This page is shown here. Notice that the page is in view mode, not in edit mode. If you're a new joiner in risk management, we recommend to start with collecting risks in a brainstorming session with the team. Don't waste much time on structuring the risks during the brainstorming. Keep ideas coming. Always answering the question, what could possibly go wrong? Let's type in some risks. We create 4 entries. You can see them in the left navigation bar. Now, let's look what we have and arrange it into a hierarchical structure. We recognize that our first risk tree entry is actually refined by the other 3 risks. So we decide to move the 3 risks below the first one. The first entry becomes a structural element. As such, it is not to be analyzed or mitigated, it is only there to group the risks. We come to the third step of our essential risk management workflow. We go to a risk tree, a larger one here as you can see, and pick out the risk we want to analyze, is a leaf of the risk tree. Now we click on the button to create an risk analysis page. This page will document the risk and how we deal with it. You see it here in edit mode. We want to keep record who takes part in the analysis. To mention other persons in Confluence, push the @ button, and start typing the name. Select the person from the pop-up menu. We remove those entries from the bullet lists which do not apply. And again, overwrite the placeholders with our actual content. We decide that the severity of this risk is major, and the likelihood of occurrence is moderate. Remember that our risk strategy defined precisely what those categories mean. With severity and likelihood determined, we can look up our risk rating in the table. It is significant, with the yellow traffic light color. Quickly remove the other risk ratings by pushing backspace. And we are finished with step 3. Our next step is about risk mitigation. We stay on the risk analysis page, scroll a bit further down to the section Evaluation. It is time to decide what to do with the risk. If it is rated low enough, you simply can accept it. Or, in this example, the risk rating is significant, we decide to mitigate the risk. We note down measures which help us to reduce the risk. Measures may already be implemented, then we set the status to active. In our example, the measure is not yet in place, it is planned. A measure usually reduced either the likelihood of the severity of the risk. We note the intended effect for each measure. What must be done to put the measure in place? Write down each of the necessary tasks, assign to members of the team, and give a date when the task should be completed. A second task. You can open the date picker by typing 2 times /. And finally, a third task necessary to implement the risk mitigation measure. The last step is simple. Create a report using the Essential Risk Report template. The report shows all risks in a traffic light manner, and it is updated automatically. It is just right to communicate risks, and therefore essential to the success of the risk management process. And we are finished. You can find our app in the Atlassian Marketplace, or visit our webpage, essentialriskmanagement.com. Thank you for watching this video tutorial.